Welcome everybody. Happy Memorial Day. This is uh, this is the beginning of a new project. I want to go over what I'm going to do. So we'll wait for a few people to get in here, and I'll make an announcement of what's going to happen. So we got one in here. That's good. We'll wait for a couple more, and then I'll tell you what's going to happen here. We got 3 in here. That's good. We'll wait for a couple more, and 4. All right, what I've decided to do for 2022. Now, what you guys got to understand is there's not enough time in a day for me to build all these projects and to do all these things. I have a Rabe Bearcat project that I started. I am going to sell that Rabe Bearcat project. It's a Walter Umlin short kit. I have Sato 72, Al Rabe's muffler. I also have Al Rabe's original mold bucks. That'll all go as a package. And get with me on Stunt Hanger to see how we can work that out. I have a Ringmaster 576. That's pretty much complete. I have it's a OS Max 46, whatever they call that latest engine for that, and all the gear. I mean, it's basically finished. All you got to do is slide the wing in, glue it in, and finish it. And I have an Astro Hog. Now I know that I said that I was going to build an Astro Hog on camera. There's just not enough time for me to do all these projects. So if somebody would like the Astro Hog, get with me on Stunt Hanger. Send me a message. And all 3 of those airplanes, I need to send them to another home to be finished, because I'm going to start my 2022 airplane, and that's what you see on the bench back here. This is the Lost Foam core. Can I build the Astro Hog? Of course, it's simple. But like I say, there's just not enough time, and it's not a passion. RC is not a passion of mine. All the things that I do in these control line builds are 100% applicable to RC. I don't understand why RC guys don't get that. Matter of fact, they're more than applicable to an RC airplane, because our stuff is super straight, super detailed, and the finishing, nobody finishes RC airplanes like they finish control line stunt planes. They just monocoat them and paint the fuselage with Rust-Oleum or whatever. So that's a decision. Get with me, send me a message on Stunt Hanger on the Astro Hog. I have an engine for that one, a Sato 80. That's going to go with that. So it's the Astro Hog and a Sato 80, the Al Rabe Bearcat with a Sato 72, and all the other sundry things that go with it. Do we have good audio here? I can't tell. All the other things that go with it. And then I have the Ringmaster 576. I'm not interested in profile, and that's why I didn't finish the profile airplane. I have a Cobra that I am going to finish, even though I'm not interested in classic, but at least it's closer to Pampa class than these other things. So anyway, that's the announcement on the new direction. Okay, sound is good. That's the answer on the things on the new direction. It's Memorial Day. Great. It's Memorial Day. That way I know when this build started. I'll make another playlist like I did for the Tucker Special and the Continental, and this is going to be another little history. It's just that there's more freedom with RC, and I guess don't believe that. Little history, don't believe that. You have no feel on RC. I mean, let me explain something about RC. You're 10 mistakes up. You can make 10 mistakes before you hit the ground. Here, there are no room for mistakes. We're 5 foot from the ground and less than a half a millisecond from devastation. So it's just not as exciting to me. And there's no feel, no direct connection between you and the aircraft. And the airplanes are nowhere near built like F2B airplanes. You're just not there. Everybody's into RC. They like RC. I have no clue why. Yeah, with all RC still flying circles. Yep. Anyway, let's get a soda here, and I'll show you my thought process on laying out a new F2B airplane. We want to change camera views. I'll go through with what I started today. I mean, I've been sleeping all day, catching up on my beauty rest. Yeah, that's true. Been catching up on my beauty rest today, so okay, this is a lost foam jig for the guys that are new to the channel. This is what the wings are built with. What do we got going here? Why are we having a problem? Let's see, top right, that goes here. What is the top to this one? Yep, right here. Okay. Let's set this aside, and I'm going to show you. When I say build an airplane, I do mean build from the ground up. This is the engine for it. I took it apart today. I couldn't get the liner out. I have to wait till I go over John's to get the liner out. I ran it in the parts washer all day. It's I don't know. It's really bad. But that's the engine. Got two different styles of bearings from Boca: the high-speed, ceramic, and the standard. So we'll get them in there. It'll get a Brian Gardner ABC liner. So this motor will be a new motor when I put it back together. And so that's the engine for it. And you say, well, you have these Haizu PA-75s. Well, the way that I like to fly, I want to get rid of the weight in the nose. I also went out today and bought a roll of pipe insulation tape. Now you say, well, what the hell is this? John Jordan turned me on to this stuff. This is great stuff for tank lining, because I like to run the Casminato carbon fiber tanks. You want to have something to sit it on. So this is sticky back rubber, 1/8 inch thick, and you put it here. You've already cut the bearers, engine bearers, 1/8 of an inch, so it puts it back in a level playing field. So we got a lifetime supply of tank liner. This is the only thing I accomplished today. Went out and got that and came back and went to sleep. But I figured I'd do something constructive to get started. We'll do an hour a day. Again, an hour a day build. I think this one will be the RS-22, like the SV-22, only the RS-22. And reason being, those are my initials, and it should be done by 2022. Normally, I start my following year's Nats airplane after the Nats. Well, what happened was they moved the Nats up a month, and I'm an airplane short, having 2 new airplanes. So in order to combat that, with as much work as it takes to put it, that you put into these airplanes, I better start now for the following season. And I'm airplaned out. I need to get rid of some of this stuff. There's just too much stuff. So anyway, let's look at selecting some wood. Everybody asked wood selection, so on and so forth. This is stuff that I got from my friend in another country. We'll see if we can make something out of this stuff. Now, I'm going to set my number at 5. That means that this airplane is going to be a little heavier. You say, what do you mean 5? Well, if it's not 5 pound or less, it doesn't go on this airplane. Now, my numbers for the Junar were 4. If it wasn't 4 pound, it didn't go on the airplane. That airplane came out 58 ounces. The reason why I have to set my number at 5 is there's no more good wood. It's just crap. So, fortunately, I've already weighed this stuff. It's all marked, weighted, and graded. I didn't put the poundage on it, so I'm going to have to look at poundage. But I want to select the pieces of wood that are going to be the best for what I'm going to do. So this is 21. I know that's over the line. 43, 52, these are over the line. 72 is way over the line. I got 72 pieces of 3/8. That's ridiculous. 22, 22, 22, 22. See, we may not get any 5 pound out of this. $21. Let's go the other way. 20. 20. These are 3/32, 4-inch 23s out of the question. 23. I might have to go back into my secret stash. 23. 23. 23. Nice lumber. It really is. 23. Looks like the number is going to be 22 on these. 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, and 21, 21. A lot of 21 weight wood. Well, hopefully that's under 5 pounds. 22. So we got 20 to 22. So 20, 21s, and 22s. I need to come up with enough wood to build a wing. $22s. That's 23. That's 22. Yep, looks like the number is 22 on these. 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, and 21. All right, this is enough lumber to build a wing, but let's see if it's under 5 pounds. This is that's pretty beefy. So I'm gonna have to look back in my other stack and see if I have some 17s, 18s, and 19s. These are 23, 23. God, that's a shame. $72, $72 for these are 3/8, but I think that's way over the line too. $45. I already have flat material, so I'm going to need to find the lightest piece of 4" for an elevator, so we'll pull that out when I find that. So let's look and see if 21, these are 23s, or 22 is under 5 pounds. So we come over to the magic balsa calculator, 13 and 8. Let's see here, balsa calculator. We have to figure that out, balsa density calculator. $22, let's put that in there, 22. Oh, yep, length is 36, width is 4, thickness is 3/32. All that stuff is unusable, 6 pounds. Isn't that a shame? Isn't that a shame? $22 on the average is 6.21 wood. God. So we need to come over to the box here, pull out another stack, and see what we got. This is what's known as RC wood right here. I mean, RC guys would kill for this stuff. Availability of wood is just in the toilet. So let's put a band on it. I got to go back together. I feel for the guy who, I can't remember who it was, out of Canada, that called National Balsa and said, hand pick me some wood, and he got 6 pound wood. But what are you going to do? If that's all there is, that's all there is. We'll have to figure something else out. Okay, next bundle. Next bundle. Like I said, my number is 5. 17. Let's see what 17 is. 17. Where do I have to be 5 pound? 17. There we go. That's more realistic. So 17 is 4.8 wood. Let's go to 18. Calculate. Okay, anything under 18 is usable. This is 3" so that's not. 20 is too heavy. 20, 20. Got to be under 18. 20, 21. 20, 21. No good. This is some of my secret stash. 17, 17, 17. 14. Here we go. This is some 3-pound wood. That's good. 15. That's good. 22. No good. That's 1/8 inch anyway. 26. That's 1/8 inch. How the hell did 8s get mixed up with 3/32? Yeah, here's some. This is 1/8 inch too. This is from my friend. This is 1/8 inch 5-pound. 1/8 inch 5-pound. We'll keep that out, but so this is 19. So 19 will be 5.5 pound. So that's still good. We're still in there. 19. 18 is 5 pound. 19. We'll see what 19 is if it's on the up. I'm going to use the lightest stuff that I can. We'll separate it into 2 piles. Outboard and inboard wing panel. 16 is good. 21 is over. 21 is over. This is bud nose and stuff. The old bud nose and 14. This is good. 25. That's way out. 18 is good. 16 is good. 20 is over. 20 is over. 17, that's good. 22 is over. We got to pull enough out of this pile to build I got enough to build probably 5 or 6 airplanes here, but they would be heavy. They would not be in the range that I like. That's 23. So let's see how many sheets we got under 5 pound here in this pile. I got another couple piles I can look through. 1. That's 17. 16, 17, 18, 14. This is ridiculously light. This is a 16. 16, 19. That's over that. Ain't got enough room here to move. That's 19. That's 18. 19. 19. Nothing else in my B outboards. 15. That's lighter yet. So we gotta go in this pile. 14, that's lighter yet. 14, 17, 17, 17, 17. Okay, so we got 14, 15, 16. Do the calculations yourself. You know, I urge you to go on the balsa density calculator. You can find it at the top of the stunt hanger page. It's on the racing page, actually, but we use that. It's such a nice, convenient tool. It gives you the weight of things. So we got a 14 that goes over here on this side. And these are 19s. So now, let's see where let's see what the 14s. I only got one piece of 14, but 14 pound wood or 14 gram wood, 1/4 is 3.95 wood. That's what we used to get all the time. So 14, and the average is probably 17 grams. 17. So that's 4.8 pound wood. Like I told you, my number is 5. I don't want to be over 5 pounds, so I need to come up with some more. Let's see. 7, 8. And we need anything under 17. Okay, let's look at another pile. Bundle this back together. You wonder, well, where did I get all this wood? I've been buying wood for so many years and acquiring wood from all over. This is just, I got more wood in St. Louis, but the wood in St. Louis is down to the end of the barrel as far as super light stuff. So put a bundle on this. This stuff here is all usable stuff RC guys would kill for. Okay. Now I got 3 blocks here. This is 164 grams. This one here is 150 grams. $9. This one here is a 4-inch block, but it's heavy, so we won't even get it out. Let's make sure these 2 blocks are usable. 150, 1 by 3 by 36, 150 grams. 36, 3, 1 inch, 150, 150, enter. The number there is 5.29, so that's usable. Except I made a mistake. It's not 36 inches long. Looks like I've chopped a piece off. It's 36, 35, 34 inches long. 164 at 36 and 34. 164. 164. Still the number's 578, and that's the 150, 150, 150, and 34 inches long. Both those are still usable in the 5.5 pound range. So these are good. Now, these are things, if you're going to build light stunt models, you're going to have to do this, to go through your lumber before you start. Now, I've thought about, I have some light 3/16. I thought about using light 3/16 fuselage sides so I can get more shape. And then after I get the shape, I'll sand the inside and make it, like I did the Thunderbolt, so that the fuselage is more round. These square slab fuselages, I don't know, they're all right. They're just not real appealing. Let's see, what do we got here? Let me point that over there so you can see that I'm pulling new wood. Make sure that we got a good camera. How can you save weight when light wood is gone? Use less of it. So I got spars. I already cut those spars. I got one spar in the fixture, I think. Nope, here it is right here. Oh, I broke my spar. Okay, that's no good. I have to cut another one. Bummer, dude. I had already made up a set of 3/16 spars. Now, when I say use less wood, these are my spars, top and bottom, 3/16. I don't use 1/4-inch spars. So what does that do? Well, that saves you a little weight. I don't use 1-inch wide. Why is this thing acting like this? There we go. Stupid camera. Yeah, when the light wood is gone, you're going to have to use less wood. And I'll let you know how that goes when I start getting down to 1/2-inch wide trailing edges and 1/8 wide cap strips and stuff like that. Whatever, we got to do what we got to do. Okay, so now let's pull out 3/8 lumber and look for elevator stabilizer material. Yeah. Hey, that's 6-pound wood, 6.4-pound wood, 91. So we know that we're going to have to be in, that's 6-pound wood at 85. I've already marked them up. That's 5.4-pound wood. So this is usable, 5.4. This is 45. No, it's not 3/8. That's 67, 5/16, 77. This is 77, 5.4, 5.5. 82 is 5.7. So all these are in the 5-pound range. Pieces of wood. 80 is 5.6. This is 6 pounds. No good. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? Well, let's see. That's 5.5. I already have my flaps. John cut my flap hinges, so we're going to use those as flaps. I already had those flap wood pieces laid out, and I wish I wouldn't have done it on this because I burned 2 good pieces of wood because my flaps will be half of that wood. I could have done it in 1 piece and still might. This is 5.2 at 74, 5.2. So we might get 2 flaps out of this. What I'll do is I'll cut 1 flap out of this and then take it back to John's and cut the slot and the hinges on the other side. So we'll get 2 airplanes out of 2 pieces, which makes more sense. We were talking about that yesterday, about differences in airplanes and design, and my flaps are only 2 3/4 at the root, and this one here, the Tucker, is only 2 1/2 at the root. You need big flaps with heavy weights. You don't want to fly off the flaps because the airplane does some weird stuff with big flaps. Okay, so we got the flaps. We'll go ahead and put them here. 5.7, 5.5, that's 78, 5.4. So we got 5.4, 5.4, Here's the elevator stabilizer right here. I got this piece of wood right here that's super straight and nice grain. So we're going to make this the stab. We'll mark it stab. ST. This is my average kit. It's a stab there. Stab, and then the 5/7. No, this is 5/4. These are elevators. EL. Stab and elevators, and we can put the rest of this back in the box. These are flaps, stab, and elevator. Now, okay, we can put these back in the box. Maybe. I think on this, to save a little weight, I'm going to use 16th inch ribs, which I normally don't do. I normally use 3/32 throughout the whole airplane. But come on. Oh, man. I hate trying to get the wood back in the box. It never wants to go. There we go. Okay, like I say, I want to use 16th inch for ribs. These are 9 grams. We'll see what those are. It's got to be under 5, no matter if it's 16th or whatever. That's 11. That's 10. Those two pieces are less than 16th. 14, 14, 14. You look at these. These are 32nd pieces, and there's not enough material there for ribs. You'd crush that. So put that back. So you had another box. What I got here. We want 16th. Yeah, we're gonna measure all this stuff up. 16th. Well, I think that's enough to build a wing, I think. I'm gonna make sure this is 062. If it's not 062, we can't use it. We'll have to use 3/32. This is 16th. It's 060. It's 60. Okay. So we need to figure out how many sheets do you think it'll take to do a set of ribs. It'll take all those. 2, 4, 6. It probably need 2 more. How many sheets is it going to take for sheeting? So it takes 4 per side, plus 4, 8, take 10 sheets. So I need 10 sheets of 3/32. I got it. So we want to use the lightest ones. So 14, 1, 3, 6, 8, 10. That leaves these out. So we got enough for a wing here. This should build a whole wing right here. We got a top block for a nose block. Of course, I'll mold the turtle deck, and we got enough cowl material. And put this back. I don't need this. Yeah, we'll keep an extra sheet out just in case. The lightest sheet of the 19, 19, 18. We'll keep an extra one just in case. So everything I used there was under 17 or under 18 grams because there is one 18-gram piece I just set down. I need to go through that wood stack again, separate things. So there's my wing. There's the flaps. Elevator, stabilizer, flaps. So we're going to need some 1/4 inch for trailing edge. Now let me see, what did I do with that bundle? Ah, here we go, right here. This bundle here, now this is 3/16. This bundle here hasn't even been opened. National Balsa 3/16 by 3 by 36. So we got, I'm gonna have to weigh each piece, I guess. They feel like they're in the realm. But just because they feel like they're in the realm doesn't mean they're in the realm. Let's see, what do we got here? Um, 18. That's rockwood. 19. Yeah, this stuff's heavy. 18. 22. 21. 21. 20. 20. 20. 19. This stuff here is rockwood. 19. No good. So we'll put that back. Let's see, we got another pile over there. We got some scrap. Probably some decent scrap. If I look through this, these are 23s, probably. It's untaped, so we need to look through it. These are taped. Let's look through it. Ah, there's a cup. There's a good piece. Okay. We need some 1/4 yet. I need a couple pieces of 1/4 that are in the light range for trailing edge. So these are 18. Here's a 15. 15. I'm going to put this in my pile here. Put this in my pile. That's flap. So we're down 15. There's my spar wood, 37 grams. I need to cut one more spar out of that. Okay. I'd like to make the ribs out of 3/32 if I have enough material. 23, too much. 23, too much. Nice looking wood. 22, 23, 23. It's very important to weigh out every piece of wood. 23, 23, 19. That's usable. It's on the upper end, but you got one piece out of that pile. Here's a 19, so 2 pieces out of that pile. That's a 19. That's a 19. 7, 8. Ooh, I found some good stuff. Some good rib stuff. Here we go. All right, time for you guys to get jealous. This was stuff that I used back in the day. 8 grams, 7 grams, 7 grams, 8 grams. 8 grams. Let's see what the heck them are. 8, 6, 8. So we need to look and see this. Here's rib material right here. Let's see what the heck that's up to. I believe them are going to be ribs there. This is too heavy stuff. We got we'll put the 19s there. We'll put these aside as maybes. And this stuff here, 8, 19, 19, 19. Well, them are maybes. So these are maybes over here. And this stuff, what is this? 8 grams. So that's a good one for that. So this goes back in the pile. And you say, what the heck? Why all the work? Well, if you're going to build a light airplane, you're going to have to do all this stuff. Less wood, less paint, less. So we got 8 grams. So this was all. That's elevator stabilizer, nose block. I need to get all this wood separated out here. So we got our pile. That's 15 grams. So this is the kit right here. Then we can go through and separate what we're going to use and what we're not going to use. That's a spar. That's 18, so that's in the realm. And these are 8. So we need to look these up. See what these are. 3 by 36 by 16th. How can you save weight? Yep. We got no chatters. I'm here to take questions or whatever. You're seeing it live, the mad science behind building another light airplane. Let's look at this. 8 grams. 8 grams. Come on now. Backspace, 8 grams. 36. 36. 3/16. 4.5 pound wood. That's the good number. Okay, so here's my rib set right here. There's plenty of wood for rib set. These are maybes. These are 19s. They're on These are 18s. Okay, so we're going to need 8 sheets, 9 sheets of 3/32 for leading edges. Now, I probably could get away with 16th inch on the leading edge because I'm going to use a foam molded, a foam, not a lost foam, but a foam leading edge. So here we can, these are 16th. This is 10 grams. See, I think that's less than 16th myself. This is all rib stock. We know that ribs are going to come out of these, and I might could use the 16th on the leading edge, except there's not enough of them. That's 6, 5. I only have 5 4-inchers. Oh no, 6 4-inchers. So what are we going to do here? 6 4-inchers would give me molded leading edges. This would give me ribs. Then I could get away with 3, 4 3/32. So we're going to use the lightest ones of those. 14, and sand into them. 14, 15. That's a 16. 16. That's a 16. All right. That's a 17. Okay. I'll leave these out in front so that I know that I can use those. This is my wing right here. This is enough material for a wing. My wings normally weigh 5 ounces before bell crank. So there's the wing. Elevator stabilizer flaps. This is on the outside, so we'll put that right here. These are flaps. These are on the outside right here. 18, that's trailing it or spar material. 18, these are on the outside. Okay, we've got the wood whittled down. Let's see what this pile of wood weighs right here. Now we're going to lose about 50% of this wood. .6 ounces. All that wood is 8.6 ounces. So it'll be a 5-ounce wing, so that's good. Can you see it? Do you see the airplane inside there? I do. All we have to do is cut away everything that doesn't look like an airplane. All right, let's cut up another spar and put this back, because I broke it. And stripper, here we go. I guess I'm going to be using this as trailing edge because I can't find any 1/4 inch, but that's okay. Less wood is another 16th off. Okay, first piece of wood cut. Is at Memorial Day 2021 at 8:05. First piece of wood cut. And we mangled the end of that, but it's okay. We don't need the end. Well, that's lightweight stuff. Maybe I better look for some heavier stuff. Maybe I better look for a stronger piece. Well, we'll worry about that later. Okay, flaps. Man, these are heavy. Of course, they have the pin in it. These are already pinned and got a wire the full length. Hinge pin, the full length, which I may or may not try. I don't know. This is John's idea to inset a carbon fiber tube in the leading edge of this and cut the hinges first. And that way you can finish the flap and put it on afterwards, and you can finish inside the slots, which is a good idea, and that's why I chose to go with that. So he's improved on my hinge design. Which is what it's all about. So I need to move this stuff off the table so I got some room to work. This is my airplane here. This is my flaps. I don't need them right now. Can't believe I slept all day. I mean, this has been a day of rest for me. I needed it. And people say, well, what are you building? I don't know. We'll figure it out after I get it done. I need to get it closer to function. Now, here's a stab and elevator, or a stab that I had cut out, built, framed up. It's got kind of a whoop in the end of it. I mean, I could straighten it, no problem. It's built up, but I don't like it. So I'm not going to use it. Okay, where is my mouse? All right. Craig Biswick, picture and sound are good. Great. Okay. Any other comments on this? Is there people still on here? When you guys don't engage with this, it makes me wonder what the heck's going on. Is this worth it? Yeah. So let's find some spar material out of these piles. These are 3/16. These spars, if you look at them, they're kind of punky. This is what takes the load. You don't want a chance folding the wing up. They're light, but they're punky. So I got these. I got these pieces of 32nd or 7-pound wood, which is okay. You know, I told you my number is 6 or 5, but for this application, we need a little mustard. Even if they're 8-pound wood, there's so little of it. It's okay. This is also my shear web material, so I need one stick out of here that's straight, good grain, AB grain wood, C grain, whatever would work. I know Jim Lynch is watching. Hey Jim, what's up? Great guy. I kind of miss all my Memphis crew. Yeah. That's my airplane. We'll put this back. We don't need to open both of them. I need to go through my wood box and straighten it out. Okay, so let's look and see what we got here. Right there. That's the stick right there. That's the stick right there. Okay. So the first thing to do is true that up. I need my straight edge for that. It's only 30. Yep, there we go. There's a Mitra stick. I don't really care what this weighs. It doesn't matter. Okay, we got it straight. We need 4 pieces out of that. Let me get rid of this. Oh yeah, that's good stuff there. Nice and hard. You know, building model airplanes is not only, it's about knowing a whole lot of stuff. You got to know wood, you know, the structure of the grain, and you got to know paint. And I think the biggest advice I can give anybody on building a light model is use less of it. So I use 3/16 square spars. Everybody else uses 1/4 inch. Well, if you think about it, I leave one spar off on every model. I use 3/4 trailing edges. Everybody else uses 1 inch. I leave one piece off. I think I'm going to mold the wingtips on this airplane like Ron Burns did. So I have solid looking wingtips that weigh nothing. You got to think about too, anytime you can mold something, it's going to be lighter than carving. Unless you can get some 2-pound wood. And that don't happen no more. Okay, now I'm going to need 2 trailing edges. So this this particular wing is different than the last one that I built. The other lost foil, it's the same airfoil, but it's different. The flaps sit into a pocket. I built one. John's built one. It's time for me to build another one. So we'll say that's 70 thousandths plus 2. 70 thousandths plus. Wait a minute. Let me do this. Plus 70. You know what? Hell with it. I'll just measure it like that. Instead of try to do the math, just measure it all in one. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I could do 70 thousandths and put that inside. 50. It's 470 thousandths. 475,000. I think we'll do it like that. I think we'll put it inside. Sand of airfoil on it, put it inside. That way you can't see that. What I'm trying to do here, every airplane that I build, and I've built hundreds of them, I try to correct some of the things I don't like. Well, I don't like the starved horse look on the leading edge. So I built the Tucker, the little Tucker. The little Tucker had a foam leading edge with not a big weight penalty. So with not a big weight penalty and no starved horse look. If you look at an airplane sitting on the tarmac, especially after it's been in the sun, and the silk span shrinks, every airplane that I got here has, you can see the ribs. It's a starved horse look. Well, went to the foam leading edge. Well, that's what this is going to be. And if I was really smart, I'd do a foam trailing edge and then bridge it between. But I don't know. That's getting might do that though. Might do that. But at what cost? That probably would be too much a cost and weight. So we'll forego the foam trailing edge. I can live with what I got. So we'll cut these trailing edge pieces. You know, what are you willing to live with? All right, so there's my trailing edge. It's a little proud, that's good. Okay, let's see what this weighs. Gonna lose a little bit on the length. That's the spar and trailing edges. We'll put this piece right here. When I laid this up, you'll notice that I cut the first piece with a straight edge and then I stripped it. The reason being is I laid this out in the direction of the grain. The grain was slightly off kilter. So if I were to just cut it with a stripper, when I relieved it, it would bow. So if you lay the straight edge straight, in theory, all these pieces should stay straight. That one there relieved a little bit. Matter of fact, quite a bit. Huh. Yep, got to cut another one on that one. So this one here stayed straight. Here, let me give you an eyeball of what happened. This is what grain will do to you. This one here stayed straight. And this one here relieved. Can you see the difference? See how it's bowed? Can you use this? Yeah, you could. But what happens is when you get a piece that has power in it like this. Okay, let me see if I can explain this. This piece has power in it. It's got a slight bow in it. You can jig this up and glue it straight. And it'll stay straight while you're building. Then you put the tissue on it and you get it damp and you load it with dope. The dope loosens the lignin in the wood, and because this is a growing thing, it's always trying to find its natural state. So when you loosen the lignin up, whoop, you got it. It goes whoop, and it works. So don't build something to induce a warp in it. So now let's look at this. Okay, this piece of wood here has a whoop in it now. So what I need to do is take the straight edge and run it with the grain. And sometimes you can't never get it out. I can tell you why too. There's different density of wood. And this last piece may not be usable. Okay, so let's cut another one. I gotta be a scientist to build this crap. Okay, let's cut another one and see what happens. But that's my explanation. I'm not an educated guy. I didn't go to college to figure out all this crap. I just practical experience. And because I have an interest in this stuff, I do research on the internet. That stayed pretty good, see? So that's a usable piece. And of course, that could change too with humidity in the air. Let's see here. They're pretty close. Okay, so we shouldn't have a problem with these. Let me look at these 4 spars to make sure there's no power in them. They should be good when they're locked up. Yep. So I got these. This stick is no good now. So let's measure this up and see how good we did. 72. A little off. About 10 thousandths off. It's all right. That'll work. Okay, I got my spars and trailing edges. I got my engine started here. I got my wood selected. Let's see, which one is this? Is this the warp one? Yep, this is no good. So I guess it's time to start cutting some ribs. There's the first victim. Now this is what takes some time. This is the part I hate. I hate cutting ribs. Just boring. This is leading edge material. Possibly 16th, maybe. If I can use 16th, I will, because it's going to be laminated to foam. So that's leading edge material. We need a little room to work, so I'll leave that open there. We're going to use these 16th. I wonder how many pieces of 16th it's going to take to get all the ribs out of it. Now, while you're doing this, the grain is running this way. If the grain is running this way, put the rib on the sheet that way. If the grain is running that way, you put the rib on the sheet that way. Try to keep the grain of the rib running fore to aft in a parallel line to the center line of the rib. It wastes wood, but you'll be happy that you did it. Let me get this up. And you say, why will you be happy? Because it's a living thing. And when you put water, tension, heat, dope, moisture, whatever, into this, it's going to want to go the direction of the grain. And the grain goes up. it's, the grain, I think if I had to guess, and I'm not a botanist, so I don't know, or I think that's what they call a plant guy. If I had to guess, this tree was growing in this direction. This being the root and this being the top end. And the reason I say that it's just a guess. I'm going to have to do a little research on that to find out. This piece, I can't tell. Well, I don't know. I'd say probably this end is the bottom end and this is the top end. Not that it matters, but those are the kind of things that interest me because if you know the material you're working with, what it was doing when it was alive, you can kind of use it to your advantage, I think. So we need a pen. What happened to the pen? Now there's a pen. Let's see if that pen works. Yeah, it works. LC. LC. Is that right? No, L1. That was L1. L1. That direction. L1. Now we'll go for center. Yep. Man, we're only going to get like 3 ribs out of each piece here. LC. Okay, so that's L1 LC. L2. Now, when I cut these, I just rough them out. Leave the line on the pen. That's L2. L2. That was an 8. This is an 8. If you look at the grain on this, it's running crooked, so we're going to put that on crooked. L3. L3. Anybody interested in that Bearcat or my Ringmaster 576, please send me a message on the forum. That will be for local pickup or pickup at a contest or something like that. We got L4 and L5. Oddball grain on this one. L4. L4. L5. L5. L6. L7. Okay, we're coming to the end of this, so we got enough 16th, I guess. L8. Now I could have I could make more ribs on this wood, but then the grain wouldn't be running straight. So you're wondering, why am I wasting wood? I'm wasting wood so I get the grain and running through the center of the rib. L8. L8. L9. I'm still a little off on that one, but it's all right. L9. L9. It's the end of the big ones anyway. L10, like one piece. So we got 10 ribs. 7. L10. Okay. Ten ribs is all that's in my airplane. 20 total. Least amount of wood. How long we been on? An hour and 30. We got a lot accomplished. Yeah, the planes would be expensive to send to Oz, that's for sure. Because I don't have a foam leading edge yet, John. That is a good idea, though. I could save some wood. How would I do that? How am I going to do that? You know, now that John's mentioned that, I could just wait till tomorrow and go over there and see if we can cut me a foam leading edge for this. There he is right there. Yeah, I know. I saw your comment. You're right.
Yeah, you save a whole bunch of wood.
Yeah.
Just cut the back halves and cut them a little bit past where the spar ends up at.
Yeah.
And then when you sting them into shape, you can cut them all square at the front edge of the spar.
And now that I think about it, I cut them square spars. I don't even need those.
No, you could use a solid, like a D-tube wing with a solid piece in there for full depth. You wouldn't be having any shear webs or anything like that with just a little. You could actually make it like an I-beamer with just little strips of ribs if you wanted to, but make the spar like all one solid piece.
Right, a D-tube. Glue it to glue it. Okay, here's the plan of attack. Are you going to be home tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'll come over. I can't get this motor apart either, so
okay.
I'll bring the motor over there. I don't have the tools here. I crock potted it, but I'll bring that. And I need to cut a leading edge. And so the plan of attack will be cut a leading edge, don't core it, put 16th inch of sheeting on it, and get it, glued, all the 16th glued, build a wing, and then core it.
Yeah, that's easy. That's fine. You could still do it with the spars like you did and shear webs.
Why? Why would I do that? That'd be extra wood. I'll just make it a D tube. I'll glue a piece of 3/32 to the back of that D and lock that D in.
Yeah.
And just glue the ribs to that.
Yeah.
So it would have to be notched like the old Nobler was, up, down, up, down, up, down on the.
Yeah. And or it doesn't have to be notched like that. You could just, when you cut your ribs after you shape them, you just cut a little tab on the top and bottom. Just make a little 1/4 inch notch on top and bottom.
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
I mean, I did one like that. When you go halfway up on there, if you do them all on one side, it'll work the wing one direction. If you do them top and bottom, you really don't have any. You lose all your structural integrity of that whole spar because it's broken at every rib, sort of.
Yeah, I guess a quarter inch top and bottom would probably be okay, or 3/16 top and bottom. So that's a good idea. So what I've got here is I've spent some time drawing some ribs that I'm not going to cut.
Yeah, you had a whole lot of wood there, and I just wanted to save you some wood, because I'm like, well, wait a minute here. He's laying out full ribs, and he doesn't need that, so you can cut your wood almost in half.
Right.
You're wasting some really nice wood there. I didn't want to see you wasting good wood.
Yeah, this is unobtainium wood. This is 4.5 pound wood.
Yeah, I caught that part of it. I got on sort of late. I caught that part of it. I'm like, well, shoot. And then I was just waiting for you to cut just the back halves of these things, and you started laying them out. I'd have to say something to you.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'll come over tomorrow, and we'll cut a leading edge. And that way I can get a leading edge buck put together and get that molded and glued and get that in the cradle before I start cutting these ribs.
Right.
Yeah.
You can use that to mold your balsa wood and all that stuff, and then pull it off, put the glue on it, put a tacker on it.
Right. Well, I still got, all I'm going to have is some extra marks on these ribs. No big deal.
Well, yeah, that's no big deal. It's just turn them over to the other side. Lay them out.
Right. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. But I'll bring that motor over, and we'll get that going. And I slept all day today.
Yeah.
All day.
But I watched that race, the IndyCar race. I watch that every year, regardless.
Who won?
Now you got me tight.
Some guy, huh?
Yeah, he should have won. In fact, a Penske bought the Indy race car track, from what I understand. So Roger Penske owns the Indianapolis race car track now.
Yeah.
And he also fields like 3 cars, which is sort of, I'm sort of against that because you sort of buy the field.
Yeah.
You can block for your top driver or whatever. I don't go for that stuff. But anyway, that's all politics and IndyCar racing.
All right, let me finish my video, and I'll be over tomorrow. Don't want to get off track on that.
Yeah. Just trying to save you.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
All right, there you have it. I was getting ready to make a mistake. And that's good. That'll save some wood. So I'm going to go over tomorrow. We'll cut a foam leading edge. I'll get that going, laid up. And so by Tuesday, we'll start cutting ribs, because they're only going to be half ribs. But I got plenty of wood here, 16th, to do ribs and leading edge, and that'll save me. This wing will be lighter than 5 ounces, even with the foam, because my intention is to, let me get a piece of paper. We're going to do a windy explanation now. My intention is to lay this out so we have the profile of the leading edge. That's going to be foam. I'll glue balsa wood to this, and on the back side of this D, I will make a complete. I'll glue a complete piece of 3/32 balsa to the back side of that. So we'll have balsa this way, and then we'll skin the leading edge. I'll then notch on the top and the bottom 1/4 inch at the rib stations. So that the ribs will plug into this back piece of on the back side of this leading edge. Now, that's not how I did the other tucker. I did it top, bottom, top, bottom, top. But this makes more sense. So, you know, 2 heads are better than one. Talking to your friend or whatever. That's a good idea. We'll go with this because this is a big airplane and I want as much structural integrity as possible. So I'll go ahead and sheet that and get this piece ready to go, and then bring it back to John's, and then we'll core this out to 3/16. So there'll be nothing in the leading edge at all except foam. It'll only be 3/16. Now, if you look at a foam wing, the typical foam wing, they're 3/8 of an inch. Well, maybe we'll make it 1/4, whatever. They're 3/8 of an inch thick. I don't think there's any need for that, and especially in just the leading edge here, because I'm going to have balsa ribs in this direction here. And the trailing edge, of course. Like so. And then a cap strip and a bottom cap. And that's basically like my tucker was. Now the only tricky part is going to be the landing gear area, which I may, on this one, I have one Meslick gear left. I may go ahead and run Meslick gear because I haven't built any fuselage gear in a while. And I have Meslick wheel pants. I need to get rid of that high dollar stuff. That's $100 worth right there. Got to start whittling down some of this crap I got. Okay, that's going to be the end of the video, because you can thank John for that. That's the end of the video, because I'm going to wait till tomorrow to go over there and cut that foam leading edge. Of course, we'll take the motor over there and do that as well. So I need to, but that'll make a lighter, stronger wing doing it that way. And that's kind of where it's at. Less wood, less stuff, stronger, better looking. Because I hate the starved horse. I hate it. So, like, subscribe, and share. Check back for this video series. This will go on about 400 hours. So if you got 400 hours to waste, this will be the series to watch. You know, the YouTube metrics works by how long I retain people watching this video. So if you start at the beginning and go all the way to the end, it's better for me. If you don't have time to watch an hour and a half or 2 hour video, wait till it's over or whatever. Wait till I thin it out. I may do some more voiceover tutorials on this particular series. I like the live stream for the simple fact I don't have to edit it. It's just raw footage. It's boring. It's not good for my metrics, but it saves a lot of, So let's say that I ran this video with my video camera, which I have. I could record it. I would spend 3 more hours. I would do this. We've been on an hour and 45 minutes. I would spend another 3 hours editing and uploading, and it's just not worth it. So it's better to just dump it raw and let her rip. And if I make a mistake, well, I'm human. You get to see the mistakes. This is my flight box for this year. I got a bunch of junk in this. Got it sorted out the other day, and that's going to do it for today. We'll do a Monday at John's tomorrow, and I'll show you how we're gonna lay out the leading edge of this particular wing. But I do have experience of this because my Tucker was done this way, and the Tucker was kind of an experiment for this airplane. The Astro Hog's for sale, the Ringmaster 576 is for sale, and the Bearcat's for sale. And when I say for sale, they come with engines and hardware and accessories. So get a hold of me on Stunt Hanger. We'll see if we can't make some type of arrangement. It ain't, I'm not going to charge you list price on everything, but I do need to recoup some of the funds, and I don't want to do it through PayPal or check or whatever. So it will be an in-cash type thing when you pick it up. Just bring some money, and that's basically all I got for this session. So we'll see you tomorrow at John's. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.